He just wanted one more point than Washington today to go out in style. He gets 5 more. Peterson's team battled really hard, staged a stirring comeback, but Ohio State's first 3 quarters was too dominant, the lead too big. Haskins too sharp for most of this game. We'll hear from Urban Meyer very soon. No tears when he embraced Shelley. Nothing like the victory over Michigan earlier. It's because the Big Ten championship.
It's because Tommy hasn't gotten a hold of him yet.
Well, he has now.
Chris, thank you. Urban, as the clock was ticking down to 0 and more than a game was ending, what was going through your mind?
Well, are you kidding me? Until we got the onside kick. All credit to our opponent. That was a hell of a game, man. And a great defense we faced. So, Rose Bowl champs, I think we got our 13th win. Going to enjoy it, and time to move on, next era.
Everything swirling around this team. What do you say about the effort you got from your players today?
Oh, there's a mantra in our facility that says, when I needed you the most, you gave us your very best. And sometimes in real life, people scatter. Those that are really good friends, if they're not, they scatter. But you know what? Inside that locker room, our players, they never scattered. We lost our best player for the year. We had the stuff in the summer, and then we lose a terrible loss, and they play their best football at the end of the season.
You said during the week you thought it would be inappropriate to reflect upon your tenure, all that had happened. It would be disrespectful to the players. Well, the moment has come. What do you reflect upon?
I reflect on I'm a very blessed person with my family. I'm very blessed. I've had some of the best coaches in college football coach for me. And you look at our rosters over the years, you could say we've had the best players ever played this game. And I'm very proud of that.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. I'm going to enjoy it tonight. I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Tom.
The next chapter, administrator, professor at Ohio State. Next season is going to be really tough on him. There's no doubt about that, being out of coaching. But this is a very sweet moment as Urban Meyer and the Buckeyes win the Rose Bowl 28-23, Kirk.
Unbelievable to be able to have Urban Meyer finish it off the way he did. And for Ohio State as a team to finish it off, it's a great year.
ESPN2 will have the trophy ceremony and more from the Buckeyes. This Rose Bowl game 105. Our honor to present it to you. We hope you enjoyed it. Browning and the Huskies battled, but not quite. The night belongs to Meyer and the Buckeyes. And now on to the All-State Sugar Bowl. Georgia and Texas to continue New Year's Day from. And welcome to ESPN2 and the Ford postgame show. Rose Bowl 105 goes to the Buckeyes 28-23 as the Huskies' furious fourth quarter rally falls just short. To Reese Davis now for the trophy presentations. Reese?
Chris, thank you very much. What a tremendous game and what a tremendous victory for Ohio State in the 105th Rose Bowl game. We'd like to thank Northwestern Mutual for all of its great support of college football, and now here to present the Leishman Trophy to the champions of the Rose Bowl game. Here is the Tournament of Roses president, Gerald Freeney. Gerald?
Thank you, Reese. Coach, on behalf of the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual, it is my honor to present the Leigh Leishman Trophy Award. Congratulations.
Urban handing the trophy back to his players. Urban, you called this a bucket list opportunity here. What was that moment like to hold that trophy in your hand?
Well, I've been a Rose Bowl fan for as long as I can remember because I've been a Buckeye fan as long as I can remember.
What is the significance to you of wrapping up your tenure at Ohio State with a victory like this on this stage?
Well, I'd like to say that there's a mantra within our program that says, when I need you the most, you give us your very best. And this has been a rugged year. We had the issue in the summer. We had maybe the best player in college football go down. We had a terrible loss. But when we needed each other, we gave us our very best, and they did. We're playing as good a football as anybody in the country right now.
What will be your lasting memory, not only from this game, but from your time at Ohio State?
Well, our mission, when we said back in, I believe it was 2011, we want to make the great state of Ohio proud. We want to make this great university proud. I am so proud of our players. We've had a great run, and I appreciate Buckeye Nation for being there the whole time.
Urban, congratulations. Well done. Urban Meyer. Now we want to give out the Players of the Game award. First, we'll start on offense. I think we have a pretty good idea of who's going to win that. 3 touchdown passes, 50 for the season, the offensive player of the game, Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne, congratulations. Be careful with that. Great start to this game. What was working well for you guys in the first half particularly?
It's finding the open zones of the defense, completing passes, executing, and that's what we needed to win the game.
With this being Coach Meyer's last game, how significant was it to you guys to send him out with a victory?
Tell this man, thank you. As a recruit, he came to my house and told me he's going to be the best player, best person I could be. So I appreciate him for coaching me, and I'm just really blessed he's my coach.
50 touchdowns in a Rose Bowl championship. Dwayne, great season. Congratulations. For most of the game, that Buckeye defense was stifling, and the defensive player of the game is Brendan White. Brendan, congratulations. When the fourth quarter came, describe how that was trying to hold off Washington in the final moments.
You know, we just have the brotherhood, you know, unselfishness and the love for your brother. So the whole defense knows just go out there and do it for each other, and the result came out as we're Rose Bowl champs. When Johnny recovered the onside kick and you knew victory had been salted away, what was that feeling like? Just knowing we went through this whole season and being able to, you know, be Big Ten champs and Rose Bowl champs, nothing better than this. Brendan, congratulations. Well done. Ohio State with the win. We've handed out the trophies. But, Urban, I want you to pay attention to the video board here. Some of your players have a message for you that we'd like to show everyone in the stadium now.
Appreciate you. I'm going to go get this last one for you. Coach Meyer, just want to say I love you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, the opportunity that you've given me to come play at this great university. You love us and you do anything for us, and that selflessness has really permeated throughout our football program.
Thank you, Coach Meyer. You've been a lot to me. You've been a lot to my family. I mean, I wish you nothing but the best.
You've done so much for my life, not just on the field, but off of it, and I can't thank you enough. You know our relationship's for life.
Urban, your record is that of one of the greatest in the history of this sport. You and I have talked many times over the years. It's about the relationships. When you listen to that and what your players had to say, how does it make you feel?
Well, I'm a very blessed man, and I'm a blessed man because of my family. And I've been surrounded with some of the greatest young people. And I'll tell you what, this team this year, I love this group as much as any group I've ever loved. And the good thing is this relationship's going to last for the rest of our lives.
Urban, congratulations. Great victory. Wish you all the best. One of the greats in the history of the sport, Urban Meyer, adds a Rose Bowl championship to his glorious resume, Chris, and it was a terrific finish for the Buckeyes. Getting the roses.
He's been not nearly as filled with emotion, Kirk, as we saw him after beating Michigan, running his record against, as he calls it, the team up north to 7-0. Then there was Northwestern. Now I think maybe it's beginning to hit him just a bit more than it was at the end of that game.
Yeah, I think when you see your teammate or your players make comments like that, how much you've impacted their lives, then to have your son.
Is it sinking in right now for him? You think
yeah, I think
this
so.
is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think when you hear what makes him emotional is his family and his players. And you can see how emotional Shelley is.
And as of right now, Ryan Day is the head coach. Urban hasn't been worried about recruiting. It's been Ryan Day focusing on the next wave of Buckeye players. And this man feels so comfortable about his successor. That's what he said, that stepping aside was possible. And now you've got a whole new chapter of Ohio State football ahead with him still being in the building and around the program, he says.
Yeah, I thought he made a good comment when he said it's the end of an era. You know, he closed it off as one of the winningest coaches in college football history and just done amazing things in Columbus. And like you said, I think a big part of him being willing to step down was having a guy like Ryan Day who can step in and keep the continuity that they've been able to build over these last 5, 6, 7 years.
Strange game. The stats don't really tell the story of this one. Washington ended up having 80 more yards than Meyer's team, but it's Ohio State surviving a 20-0 run by the Huskies in the fourth quarter. Meyer and the Buckeyes leave Pasadena on top as he heads to the next phase of his career.
The fourth.
Final time for some of the Buckeyes. Mike Weber Jr. is declared. We expect Haskins to do the same, and Draymond Jones. Kirkwood is the seniors, guys like Harris Campbell, who had a monster game, Terry McLaurin, Johnny Dixon, guys who grew up together as college football players in the same position room. And now Meyer going to give a final salute to the band, which is as important to the culture at Ohio State as a football team.
I was going to say that the marching band at Ohio State is right up in the top 5 when you put up Woody Hayes and think about some of the greats that have been at Ohio State. The fans of Ohio State revere the Ohio State band, and that was his way of saluting them and thanking them.
We've talked all day and really all month and all season about the fact that Urban Meyer does have his detractors. He's made some mistakes that he's admitted to. Some very public mistakes, including in recent months. He even made reference to it to Reese on the stand, and it was a painful final season for him in many ways. This is really the best possible finish for it, short of a national championship, to come to the Rose Bowl for the first time as he and Shelley make the walk from one end of the field to the tunnel. What's your reflection on this guy as a former captain at this school, what he's meant the last 7 seasons?
I reflect on what he was able to accomplish as a coach and the impact he had on a lot of players, not just the superstars, the Dwayne Haskins of the world, but a lot of the other players that you don't always hear about. And so I think that's the mark of a great coach. The championships are amazing, the national titles, and what he's been able to achieve. But I guess there's a lot of things that went on over the summer, and he did make some mistakes, especially when he was in Chicago at the Big Ten Media Luncheon and made some comments that I think he would love to have back. But at the same time, I don't think he is the person that some people paint him out to be. In fact, I know he's not. And I think that's what he's able to live with himself, because he knows the truth of the reality of the situation.
Ryan Day is a very talented young coach, but it's always difficult to follow a guy who in the Buckeye Nation is certainly a legend, and as Reese so accurately pointed out, has a resume that's among the greats in the modern era. Sure, there's Saban who stands alone, but Meyer with those 3 national championships, the success he's had at Ohio State, and the 7-0 record against Michigan. Hey, Ryan Day, you're a talented coach. Good luck following that, because the first time you lose to Michigan, you get reminded that Urban Meyer never did.
Oh, yeah. And I was talking to Ryan Day on the field before the game, and he was talking about the intensity, and he's been all over. You know, he's coached in the NFL, and he just talked about how real it is and how much you have to embrace that as a coach. And, you know, I think it becomes different. Starting right now, he's the head coach at Ohio State. As they take this shower and they get on a plane, Urban Meyer moves on.
He believes in preparation, but whether it was Bob Stoops or other guys who left coaching, and he's talked to Stoops about this, Kirk. Next year's Meyer and the Buckeyes win it 28-23. As always, it is our honor and privilege to bring you this game. Bill Pinnell produced it. Derek Motley was the director. We thank our entire folks who are in the crew here, for Maria, for Tom, for Dave Kataya, Darren Brown, Mike Black, Mark Amento up here in the booth, and everyone on our crew. Thanks for joining us from Pasadena. We're going to see you a week from tonight in Santa Clara for the national championship game.